Back to your daily dose. My name is Robert. I'm here with my pal Mark, and we're talking about his site, which is called drawntocards.com. The link is down in the description. Please visit. This is a new site, just started up in February. Mark calls it a midlife crisis. However, we wish to pursue our passions. I'm all for it. And you mentioned several different passions and having a lot of creative inputs. I was going to ask you, have you heard of a book by a guy named Austin Kleon called Steal Like an Artist?
I haven't. I definitely know the idea behind it, right? But I'm
Yeah,
not familiar with him.
it's a great easy read, and since you're already a creator, you get it. And I don't want to say too much, just to say that you mentioned not being a drawing artist by trade. However, you can copy, and that creatively speaking, that's all any of us are doing. Some of us are just better at layering or running through the filters to the point where it is a reproduction. I mean, even to the
Right.
legal standard of fair use, right?
Sure.
So the reason I bring that up is so many people get caught up in the binary definition of being creative or not creative. And my general argument is we're all creative. It
Yes.
depends how much time we're willing to put into it. How does that
Right.
sound?
Yeah, like the 10,000 hours idea, of that, like of becoming an expert at something because you've dedicated the time. And I definitely have not dedicated the time to this, but I enjoy doing it and I seem to be above adequate at it, and so that's why I continue to pursue it. And like it's in my mind, I do it. So the reason I'm drawing these cards is I'm interviewing a creator or sorry, a collector, of cards each newsletter, and so I'm asking them. One of the questions I ask is like, "What's your favorite card, or what's your Grail card? Like what's the one you're looking at or after, and would love to at some point, possess." And so based on their answer, I will draw a card for that, And so it's kind of in a way, if I'm thinking about it as like a gift to them for like taking part in the Q&A, here's my gift to you. So
Yeah. So do you do that? Do you do a market analysis? Is that part of what you're up to? I mean, how far do you go into that side of things? Because I know a lot of people. I think of the PBS show where people go and they bring their items and then they appraise
mm,
them. I can't think of the name. It's a road show something or something like that.
yes, I know what you're talking about. Antiques
Right.
Roadshow.
There you go,
Yeah.
and it's fascinating, right? Because it has that
Mhm.
concept of did I find or discover? There's a kind of a terrible version of it that turned out not to be true. Very, what do you call it? Reality TV based storage
Mhm.
wars, right? Where people go,
Right.
yeah, same thing. But do you get into that, helping people either value or say, hey, this is interesting, and you talk about a holy grail and maybe people discover kind of like you did, oh God, in my old pack did I have something that was fascinating or maybe even valuable?
Right. I mean, when I started collecting back when I was a kid, I was always thinking about it from like this could be valuable at some point. Like that was always in my head. And so value definitely is part of this in my mind. Whether I'm helping other people, I mean, yeah, some people definitely do reach out now that they know how like interested I am in doing this. So, and I know we haven't mentioned this yet, but along with the Drawn to Cards, I also have a YouTube channel as well called Vintage Card Voyage that I do with a friend of mine, Ken, that we live in the area, and so we get together and just talk about cards. And I had only found out about him because I went on like an informational interview and about like an agency he was working at, and it turns out that we both are collecting cards, and so we like started to get together and talk about them. So anyhow, so anyways, yeah, I would love to be able to do that, honestly, to talk to people more about it because I just love talking about cards.
Well, see, I think that's the great thing right there is that you start with a passion, you have a certain interest, you add the hours, the 10,000 as it were, and
Sure.
your intellect based on, and I didn't even ask, what is your kind of work history that you've done beyond this or still do?
So yeah, my background is I have a journalism degree, and I've been in the editorial space for the last 25 years or so. I currently work with a marketing agency, creative agency, I should say, and I've been with them for 12, almost 11 years now, and I'm a senior editor with them. So yeah.
There you go. Well, again, we're well met. I've got a pair of journalism degrees and all sorts
Okay.
of stuff in that regard.
Nice.
More similarities. Um,
Yes.
and again, journalism, that J could stand for jack of all trades too. We know
Sure.
that, right? It puts us
Many
into,
hats. Yes.
yeah, you have to be the person to constantly be discovering all the time.
Right.
Um, so this leads to the practical value as we talked about it. And There is, one thing that I'm working on, and we had kind of a funny meeting. So I'll ask you this to posit our next episode. Did you get around to watching The Sandlot?
I did.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Our next episode, I'm going to tease this. Here we go. We're going to bring Mark back just today or last night, sometime, right?
Yes,
24
yes.
hours. You watched The Sandlot for the first time. Okay. I'm going to hold that reaction. We'll see you on the next dose.